welcome back after such a long break. How's the team doing?
Yeah, they're doing well. We emphasize and talk about quite frequently the 2 points within the season that we look to have the most improvement from our guys. And, coming out of break, I thought we took a lot of steps towards improvement and had a couple big victories, a couple wins that we strung together that kept our winning momentum going. And then that swung us into the midseason tournament. And, the midseason tournament is always full of challenges, of course. And some of the best groups that we've had go through this school take some of their few losses at the midseason tournament just from the high quality teams that we play. So that's the second point that we talk about as far as our overall improvement. So I'm hoping, coming out of this midseason tournament now and heading into the back half of our year, we can swing some positive momentum forward.
So, as you were talking about, last week we finished up the Thunder Classic tournament, which was pretty tough on the team. And what takeaways do we have coming out of it, like, for the team?
Yeah, certainly, like I just mentioned, as far as the teams we play there, it doesn't matter if it's the 1 seed, the 7 seed, the 6 seed. They're all high-quality opponents from very competitive leagues. And as far as the athletes that we face 1 through 5, there's really not anybody that you can leave on the court and get away with it. And there's guys 1 through 5 that can guard any of your guys. So we're going to have to take away a couple things offensively from that and improve a couple things that, we struggled with in the midseason tournament that several of these teams, picked upon, if you will. But then defensively, overall, I was pleased. But the main thing we need to focus on headed out of break here is shoring up the defensive rebounding end. And if we can do that, I think we'll see a lot of success moving forward because we're allowing a little too much second shot opportunities for the opponents right now.
Yeah. So going into the Thunder Classic tournament, we had a 4-game win streak. And how do we get back onto that win streak?
Yeah, I think overall the team just has to understand your objectives and your message. We go into the midseason tournament obviously wanting to compete, and victories would be nice, but we go in not necessarily solely focused on that, but focused on growth, focused on improvement. And, win or loss, I think there was an opportunity shown to us where, Thursday versus Hiawatha, we played arguably maybe our best game of the season, and I know that didn't necessarily reflect in the result, but there's a lot of positive things we can take from that game to move forward. And then on the same token, we struggled a little bit versus Troy on Tuesday and a little bit versus Holton on Saturday, and there's some necessary fixes that we'll have to take in practice. So with this being the last week headed out of break, that we only have one game in the week, this is going to be that last improvement point we're looking for. Because after that, it's 2 to 3 games a week, and there's not a lot of downtime in between to work on things. You're just going and taking what the opponent gives and hoping you put your guys in a position to succeed.
So the second half of the season, as you were talking about, is going to be pretty challenging, especially the month of February. What's the plan for the team getting prepped coming out of that?
Yeah, this week will be big. Like I said, with that one game, we're going to have 4 practices outside of that one game to kind of assess and look at critically, what we need to take from the midseason tournament moving forward. See what we can do headed into Thursday as far as our rematch versus Oskaloosa, and then ultimately do everything we can, whether that be set implementation, whether that be different defenses, do everything we can moving forward so that when February hits, the guys feel prepared every time they step on the floor. We as coaches feel prepared, and then we can build some momentum headed into postseason play.
Going up against Oskaloosa again, is there anything specific we need to focus on?
Yeah, I think when you look at the game, it was a tale of two halves. We struggled on the offensive end in the first half quite a bit, but in the same token, in the second half, we kind of broke out offensively and were able to hit some more shots just based on a few technical adjustments. So hopefully we can take those adjustments into the game coming up on Thursday and perform at a higher efficiency rate. But also, I think our number one focus is going to be the offensive and defensive glass, rebounding the basketball. They out-rebounded us by 15 in the first matchup, and typically in basketball, unless you're being pretty efficient hitting shots, you don't want to exceed double digits as far as a differential in the rebounding department. So making sure that we're good on box outs, making sure that we have bodies on people when the shot goes up, and making sure we secure those rebounds is going to be of utmost importance heading into Thursday.
For sure. To get away from basketball and end this off, what is your early predictions for the upcoming Super Bowl, Chiefs versus the Eagles?
Yeah, It should be a really, really fun Super Bowl. The Eagles come in with a really potent rushing attack, really good running back, quarterback, pretty diverse on offense. But, Coach Reed and especially Coach Spagnuolo, I don't think a lot of people give him the credit he deserves. He always has a really good game plan on defense for the Chiefs going into big games. And, I trust him to have another good game plan going into the Super Bowl. And as a Chiefs fan, maybe my bias shown a little bit, but I expect the Chiefs to pull this one out. Maybe 27-24 with the last-second field goal to get it done.
For sure. All right, well, that's all we have for the Coach Plattner Show, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Evan.